All right. Good evening. I'd like to call the meeting of the Northampton Township Board of Supervisors for Wednesday, January 26th, 2022 to order. We'll start with a pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence. The flags are behind me. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, just a reminder, we're still working under social distancing, COVID-safe room, and because we're doing that, we have allowed public comment to come in via email. If you would like to make a public comment, it's public comment at nhtwp.org. There's two opportunities for public comment this evening. One is for agenda items, and one is for open comment at the end. In both cases, it's important that you put your name and address, full address, including house number, on the email for the record. Do we have any public comment tonight on agenda items? Okay, none. So we're going to move and start with the consent items, and we'll start with the approval of the minutes. Paula?
If there are no objections, I request that the minutes for January 3rd and December 15th.
Can you just turn your microphone on? There you go. There you go.
Okay.
Start again.
If there are no objections, I request that the minutes for January 3rd and December 15 be approved by unanimous consent.
Any objections? Okay, approved by consent. Thank you, Paula. Accounts payable, Kim?
Yes, I have the bills list for January 12th, 2022. Total all funds, $1,118,733.67. And then I have the bills list for January 26th, 2022, total all funds, $918,565.81.
Thanks. Any objections? Okay, approved by consent. Thanks, Kim. Paula, did you have a statement?
No, I don't. No objections.
The statement,
You're going to read a statement?
Oh, okay.
You had a
Oh, I'm
statement.
sorry.
Yeah, said something to read.
just for the record.
Okay.
You're on.
Okay, my family business, Gasper Landscaping, has had landscaping maintenance contracts with the township for many years prior to my assuming an elected position on the Township Board of Supervisors. As a result, I want to let everyone know that I will be abstaining on all votes to approve any accounts payable lists that includes a payment to Gasper Landscaping or Gasper Garden Center.
Okay, thanks, Paula. Next, we'll start with new business. Consider bids for a general contractor for fire station construction projects. Bob?
Yes, thank you. Pursuant to the second-class Township Code, 9 bids were received for general contractor services. They ranged from a low bid of $19,062,000 to a high bid of $22,499,000. Based on the bids received, the administration and the construction manager recommend a contract award to E.R. Stebner Incorporated, Reading, Pennsylvania, for general construction for a total contract cost of $19,247,000. Therefore, I move to award a contract to E.R. Stebner Incorporated, Reading, Pennsylvania, for general construction of new fire stations in Richboro and Holland at a total contract cost of $19,247,000, and to authorize the township manager to execute all contract documents required for the general construction portion of the new facilities.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Bob, anything further to add?
No, I don't.
Barry?
No, I mean, I wonder, Adam, if you should just take a brief moment, just explain, the bigger contract, what we're doing at the firehouse, things like that, or?
I'm sorry.
The fact that we're bidding on the entire contract for the construction of the firehouses.
Right, so tonight will be construction and all the associated contracts that go with that. The general contractor, the plumbing, electrical, and mechanical will all be awarded tonight. Is that what we meant?
Yeah, just so everybody knows that. So we're
Yep.
looking at both firehouses being rebuilt completely, and that we're approving all the bids today for the construction of both firehouses.
Right, so that'll be the Richboro Fire Station on Route 332 and the Holland Station at the corner of East Holland and Old Jordan Road. Both will be new fire stations.
And I guess this one here is the Holland Station, or?
Well, what we see in the room is different than what they see on the screen, but both stations, we're doing the 360 animation fly around of what they'll look like. So the one on the television right now that's Richboro Station right there at the corner of Township Road and 332, and then the other one is the Holland Station. This will be the fire headquarters as well.
Good.
Kim, any comments?
I do want to thank our administration for doing all the work, and also the fire administration, too. A lot of work has gone into getting the best possible prices for this project. And I just want to give them all a heads up and saying we appreciate the work.
Thanks, Kim. Paula, any comment?
No, I think it's great. I think our safety in our community is utmost importance.
Thanks. And I'll just add real quick that these fire stations, they're a huge leap in improvement of safety for our first responders, those that either the volunteers that come in and out of the stations and the career personnel that work in the stations. The current two firehouses, and we've talked about this for the last 18 months, were built in the mid-'60s, and they're quite old and tired. So all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next, we have consider bids for the plumbing contractor for the fire stations, and that's Barry.
Sure, thanks, Adam. So 7 bids were received for the plumbing contractors, ranging from a low bid of $2,064,000 to a high bid of $2,665,000. In addition to the base bid, the township also did solicitations pricing for 2 alternate bids for various additions and deletions based on the base bid. This will give the township the option, if the bids exceed the available financing resources, or items need to be added at a later date. Based on the bids received, the administration and the construction manager, Toy Engineering, recommend a contract award to JBM Mechanical in Nazareth, PA, for a total bid cost of $2,064,000, plus an alternate to the addition base of $36,000 to install water softeners in each building, for a total plumbing construction of $2,100,000. So if I can make a motion, please.
Please.
So I move to award a contract to JBM Mechanical, Inc., Nazareth, for the plumbing construction portion of the new fire station in Richboro and Holland at a total construction cost of $2,100,000, and to authorize the township manager to execute all contracts, documents required for the mechanical construction portion of this new facility.
Is there
I
a second?
second it.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion? Anything further, Barry?
No, that's it.
Kim?
No? it's all
Paula?
good.
No.
Any comment? Bob?
No, thank you.
None for me. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next, consider bids for electrical contractor for the fire station construction project. Paula?
Okay, that's me. Excuse me. Bids were opened on January 18, 2022 for an electrical contract to install electrical facilities and wiring in 2 new fire stations to replace the existing buildings in Richboro and Holland. The bid specifications required bidders to submit pricing for each building separately and together to determine if there were economies of scale in awarding contracts for both buildings to one company. In the case of the lower bidder, this resulted in a $72,000 cost reduction. The overall cost of the project based on the low bid is under budget. 5 base bids were received from electrical contractors ranging from a low bid of $3,615,000 to a high bid of $5,850,000. In addition to the base bid, township bid specifications requested pricing for 5 alternate bids for various additions or deletions to the base bid, giving the township options should the bids exceed available financial resources or add items that may be desirable if within budgetary constraints. Based on the bids received, the administration and its construction manager DeHue Engineering Incorporated recommended contract award to Phillips Brother Electrical Contractors Incorporated in Glenmore, PA, for a total contract cost of $3,615,000. Mr. Chairman, if I can make a motion, please?
Please.
Okay. I move to award a contract to Phillips Brother Electrical Contractors Incorporated in Glenmore, PA, for the electrical construction portion of new fire stations in both Richboro and Holland at a total contract cost of $3,615,000, and to authorize the township manager to execute all contract documents required for the electrical construction portion of the new facilities.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion, a second. Any discussion? Anything further, Paula?
Yeah, that's it.
Bob?
No, thank you.
Barry?
No.
Kim?
Nope.
None for me. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next, consider bids for mechanical contract for the fire station construction projects. Kim?
Yes, bids were open on January 18, 2022, for a mechanical contractor to install heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems in 2 new fire stations to replace the existing buildings in Richboro and Holland. The bid specifications required bidders to submit pricing for each building separately and together to determine if there were economies of scale in awarding contracts for both buildings to one company. In the case of the low bidder, this resulted in a $20,000 cost reduction. The overall cost of the project based on the low bid is under budget. 4 base bids were received from mechanical contractors, ranging from a low bid of $3,021,000 to a high bid of $3,225,000. In addition to the base bid, township bid specifications requested pricing for 2 alternate bids for various additions or deletions to the base bid, giving the township options should the bids exceed available financial resources or add items that may be desirable if within budgetary constraints. Based on the bids received, the administration and its construction manager recommend a contract award to JBM Mechanical Incorporated, Nazareth, PA, for a total contract cost of $3,021,000. There are no recommended awards for any of the alternate bids. And with that, I'd like to make a motion.
Please.
I move to award a contract to JBM Mechanical Incorporated, Nazareth, PA, for the mechanical construction portion of the new fire stations in Richboro and Holland at a total contract cost of $3,021,000, and to authorize the township manager to execute all contract documents required for the mechanical construction portion of the new facilities.
Is there a second?
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Kim?
Nope. All-
Barry?
No.
Bob?
No, thank you.
Paula? None for me. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Kim. Next, we have consider resolution of support for staffing and fire emergency response safer grant application for paid firefighters. Barry?
Sure. So as we just finished tonight, we approved all the bids for the improvements to the brand-new firehouses for both Richboro and Holland, which are desperately needed. But now what we need to do, this board needs, in my recommendation, take action. We need to hire a more of a permanent career fire department. Unfortunately, due to the lack of volunteers we have in the township, it's very difficult to get people because of all the responsibilities associated with it. So in meeting that objective, to offset the cost of the additional firefighters and expand the existing fire service coverage, the township needs to file an application with the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, grant through the Staffing for Adequate Fire and Emergency Response Program. The grant will reimburse the township for wage and fringe benefits costs for each new firefighter in declining percentage amounts over a 3-year time period. The grant application is due in February, and the township is seeking approximately $3 million in grants to pay for the firefighters for a 3-year time period. In addition to approving the grants, affirming approving the grants, we also need to confirm that our intention is to retain the newly hired firefighters to complement in the grant application beyond the 3-year time period, because we have to replace the volunteers with permanent firefighters. So if I can make a motion, please?
Please.
So I move to approve Resolution R-22-5, authorizing the township manager to submit a grant application to the Federal Emergency Management Agency for a safer grant to offset the cost of hiring additional firefighters, and to affirm the township's commitment to retain newly hired firefighters beyond the 3-year grant period.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Anything further, Barry?
No, I feel very good by the fact that this board is taking action on, bringing both fire buildings up to date and building new sites. We did explore the possibility of trying to renovate the existing firehouses, and that did make sense. And by making, the step now for long-term investment in the township is very good. And this grant is an excellent way of funding the permanent firefighters with FEMA money. And once again, it's another example of the township seeking other resources outside its immediate residents to help offset some of the costs. So I highly recommend it.
Thanks, Barry. Kim?
I agree with what Barry just said, and I also think that probably the most important thing that township supervisors do is that we worry about the safety of our residents, and to make sure that when you call 911, the fire company comes out as fast as possible. We're making sure that we have enough firefighters and we have the facilities we need to keep our firefighters safe. And that's, to me, is one of the most important things that we do.
Thanks, Kim. Paula? Any
Yeah, I'll
comments?
say it's about time. I mean, I don't want to wait around for a fire truck to come save my house or me.
Thanks, Paula. Bob?
I'll just echo what everyone else said. This is a necessary thing. It's important. We're being proactive, and I think this will pay dividends in the long run.
Thanks. Just a couple of comments from me. First of all, this is a great way, by getting a federal grant, as Barry pointed out, it's a great way to get money back into the township and help kickstart this program. The career firefighters that we currently have, all of them came through getting these grants, 2 previous grants, and we're hoping that shows FEMA our commitment to continuing this program. But make no bones about it, it is really difficult to get volunteers. Our goal is to continue to have a combination career and volunteer department, and we see that being the case for the long haul. As many people as want to volunteer can continue to volunteer, but it's also important that we make sure that we're staffed adequately to have a quick response and get on scene very quickly. If we don't get the grant, these 10 firefighters are still needed. We will still need to hire them for this program. This gives us 1 truck 24 hours a day, only 1 truck. So you can see we still need the rest of the volunteers to come. But I'm hopeful that FEMA helps us out again. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next, consider resolution declaring and rescinding the snow emergency declaration for January 7th, 2022. Bob?
Yes, if I may, I'll move to approve Resolution R-22-6, declaring a limited state of emergency effective 01:30 hours, February 7, 2022, and ending on January 7th, 2022 at 1200 hours.
Thanks. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Bob?
No.
Kim?
I just want to say our Public Works did a fine job as always. They do a wonderful, wonderful job. And I think our township has the best roads around.
Excellent. Paula?
I agree. I think that I do too. Everyone's comments.
Yeah, we do. Barry, any
Yeah,
comments?
I echo everybody's comments. Thank you.
And we might be doing it again this weekend, so let's stay tuned for the weather forecast. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, that ends our new business for this evening, and I'll get to liaison reports. Kim?
Yes, the Senior Center. The new year is getting off to a terrific start at the Senior Center. This new year brings more new and exciting programs and opportunities to our community. Starting February 1st, the center will extend the hours of operation and will be open Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 9 until 3:30, and Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 a.m. until 8 o'clock. The new hours will bring more time for seniors, anyone 55 or better to check out our awesome center and see what it's all about. Some of the new activities added to the calendar for late afternoons and evenings include an art class, Date to Create, On Your Feet, a dance exercise class, and Zumba Gold, plus free classes offered through Delaware Valley University. For more information, you can find all the details on the center's new website, northamptonsc.com, and you can call the center at 215-357-8199 or stop by at 165 Township Road. New year, new fun, new memories to be made at the Senior Center. And now Parks and Rec. We've received some great news and wanted to share it with the community. During COVID, our staff worked on obtaining state certification for our preschool potpourri program. This is a great accomplishment, and if you have little ones ready to go to school, you should consider enrolling them in this fantastic program. This preschool program has been around for over 2 decades and only gets better each year. Obtaining state certification proves it. Preschool Potpourri is a half-day program for ages 3 to 6. Our qualified, caring staff is ready to get to know and enrich your child. Registration is now being accepted for the 2022-23 school year. Do not hesitate. Schedule your visit today, as enrollment is limited and fills fast. Northampton Township Parks and Rec open summer camp registration on Saturday, January 8th. Judging from the response, everyone is ready for summer. Very limited spots still remain for camp this summer. Make sure your child entering grades 1 through 6 does not miss out, whether you're interested at a half day at Camp Explore, a longer day at Camp Expedition, or a full day at Camp Adventure. If you work from home, your middle school students entering grades 7 through 9 need camp more than ever. Call the Rec Center at 215-357-5396 for more information or to register today. Hurry, spots in these camps won't stay open long. And thirdly, I just want to say, in order to maintain these camps, we need camp counselors, lifeguards, and park maintenance staff. Now's the time to complete an application for these summer positions, as we like to offer the positions by the start of April. Interviews for camp counselors and lifeguard will begin in February. To apply, go on www.northamptonrec.com to download an application. And if you know a high school or kids coming home from college, these are great jobs, so please, interview. Thank you.
Our camps really are great.
They're great.
We have great camps.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kim. Paula?
Sure. Okay, I went to the Veterans meeting, the Advisory Commission meeting, and they had a reorganization, and they've started preliminary plans for Flag Day, Labor Day, and Memorial Day. They are also going to do events and activities around our anniversary, our township anniversary, 300 years. Including the Nike Ajax system is going to be involved, and they're not sure exactly what they're going to do, but they do want to do something around that. I did get an email from Eileen. She is the head of the 30th anniversary celebration, and along with all the departments in the township, they've been moving forward with planned activities, events, programs, and presentations in celebration of the 300th anniversary. This past week, the 300 Committee, has launched the 300th Anniversary Facebook and Instagram pages. Link up to these pages through the township's website under 300 Anniversary. When you get there, please like, follow, and share. The Facebook page will have Fun Fact Friday. Every Friday, a new fact about the history of Northampton Township will be posted. This page will have the latest updates, information on programming and events. Stay tuned for more. Okay, and thirdly, the library, our great library, has a new cataloging system, which is wonderful. It has, when you look up a book and your name, it'll give you the history of what you've already taken out and what you've read, and it may give you suggestions on what you could read in addition to that. We have a new director at the library. His name is Wayne Lahr, and he is very energetic and excited about taking on this responsibility to the library. We discussed about how the library is like a hub for the community. We're going to try to change things up and fix up the library and make it more exciting for people to come visit and not just take out books. A lot of programs are in the making. So we're looking for what we're going to do and what we can do. So it's an exciting time for the library very much. I'm glad I'm on board.
Thanks, Paula. Bob?
Thank you. So I met with the Historical Commission for their first meeting of the year. There's a lot of planning going on for the tricentennial. I think that could be a great event for the township. If anyone out there has historical documents or things that you might think are of relevance, certainly reach out. There's a lot of stuff being compiled behind the scenes and a lot of good ideas. So I think we're all looking forward to that, primarily when the weather gets better. Met with the municipal authority as well. They had their first meeting of the year over Zoom. Nothing particularly of note to report as of yet, but I'm sure there'll be more forthcoming as we hopefully get out of the pandemic and start meeting in person again.
Thanks, Bob. Barry?
Sure, thanks, Adam. So the January meetings for both the Zoning Hearing Board and the Planning Commission were canceled. The Zoning Hearing Board will meet next Monday, February 14th. They have 3 small residential appeals that they'll be hearing. And Township's actually doing a lot of development. A lot of things are happening in Spring Mill Country Club. Those townhouses continue to be constructed. In addition to Waverly subdivision, I believe all the inside lots are now sold, and I believe there's only 4 lots left on the East Holland Road, and they're coming along very well. The shopping center in town, the Giant Market, is coming along quite large and quite fast. They were hoping to get that open in January 2022, but I'm hearing now maybe in June sometime that they're opening up. And then on Stony Ford Road, there's a subdivision happening there also, and about 2/3 of the houses are already sold. So there's a lot of construction activity, not a lot of new homes being built in town. And that's all I have.
Thanks, Barry. Just one quick reminder from me. As snow comes, we do our Adopt a Hydrant program in the township. So take a look at the closest fire hydrant to your house. And if it gets buried in either snow or plowed in snow, please take a couple minutes and go dig it out. Dig 3 feet in all directions. It saves valuable time and helps the fire department get water on the fire quicker. It can save up to 10 minutes. It can take that long to dig out a fire hydrant in an emergency, so those are 10 crucial minutes. So please do that if you can. Nothing else from me. Manager's report, Bob?
Nothing more this evening, thank you.
Thanks, Bob. Solicitor's report, Joe?
Yes, good evening. Just one item. The minutes should reflect that the board met in executive session for approximately 45 minutes prior to this evening's meeting. Present for the executive session were the 5 members of the Board of Supervisors, the township manager, the assistant township manager, the township engineer, and me. A matter of potential litigation and a matter of pending litigation were both discussed. No official action was taken during the executive session, and no official action was required this evening as a result of the executive session. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe. Engineer's report, Amanda.
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Thanks, Amanda. Do we have any public comment? Going once, going twice? Okay. With no public comment, our business is concluded for this evening, and the meeting is adjourned.
Hey, Adam, that's the record.